it's Di, and today I thought I would do a chatty vlog. It's kind of the end of the week and we're wrapping everything up, and I wanted to check in after our first week of online learning. It is the end of week 4, I believe, for our quarantine situation, staying at home. And we go out for just basically essentials and that sort of thing, getting groceries if we have to. But I did finally score a grocery pickup time for this weekend, so that's exciting. I thought I would just check in, see how you guys are doing. I've seen this little heart scale going around where you can like pick a color heart to like say where you are. Description box down below, and you guys can check that out and share the heart color that you're at, whether you're doing okay, whether you're just kind of meh, whether you're doing great. But hopefully you're doing as well as possible. Just, you know, lots of change, and it's very different right now. And I think the thing right now is everyone's kind of trying to figure out how long this is going to go on. And you see everything from, you know, well, maybe we'll be opening up in a couple weeks to, well, maybe by August and September we might be able to be doing these things. And so it's just a lot of, you know, up in the air. At this point, I'm hoping for the best, that we can at least have as good a summer as possible. And also, I'm hoping that the kids can go back to school, like regular school in the fall. But, you know, like everyone else in the country, I'm just kind of playing it by ear right now. But I wanted to kind of share about our week and some fun projects and some things that we're going to be doing in my office. I have a shelf that's behind me that my husband's going to be helping me this weekend to help me get my office organized and help me put some display things up. And talk about online learning. So the past 3 weeks, we were doing kind of like our own homeschool. I was making my own curriculum. We were sharing a lot of our movie parties and just things that we were doing on our own. And so this week I kind of backed off on a lot of that, although one of the days we did do a Great Wolf Lodge party, so I'll share that before or after this. And we just had themed activities and things like that that we are sharing. But this was the first full week of online learning with like some curriculum provided by the school system. And so how it's set up in our area, and I believe for the majority of the state, is that it's coming in through the school system, not necessarily their teachers per se are the ones setting it up, but their teachers are helping facilitate it. So first of all, teachers are rock stars, and thank you if you're a teacher, thank you if you're any sort of essential worker, healthcare workers, grocery store workers, because there's still a lot of people that are kind of keeping everyone going, obviously, right now. But their teachers are rock stars. They're hanging in there. They've had to learn a lot of new systems. So we had to figure out how to turn in like the different things that were assigned from the school system, and then that gets turned into their teachers. And so this week was a lot of like figuring out computer systems and where can we find everything, and are we making sure that we get everything turned in, and just a lot of learning new ways of doing things, basically. So it went overall good. I mean, we all had, I think, little mini meltdowns at some points, just computer systems freezing up. And we had a couple video conferences and certain devices, we couldn't get the camera to work, or, you know, just stuff wasn't always clicking how it was supposed to, but overall it went fairly well. I think after a couple weeks, like, we'll kind of find our groove, and I'll be able to add on with our own type of party activities, arts, crafts, music lessons, and our own homeschooling activities as I want to, you know, do those. So, you know, we should be able to make the best of it. It's obviously not the end of the school year that I think anyone wanted, but here we are. And yeah, so that's how that's gone. You know, overall, I'm just trying to make the most of it. It's just, you know, it's sad, and I'm sad for everyone that's had to go through the change, and that's like basically everyone. I mean, this is a tough time for everyone, no matter whether you're still working, an essential worker, and whether you're, you know, working and have been like laid off or furloughed and you don't know when and if you're going to go back, or if you've just been simply laid off, because that's happened to a lot of people. I know that the unemployment numbers came out and they were like sky high, and that doesn't even include people like me yet. Because my company is filing for us and they have not filed yet. So I think that those numbers are just going to keep going up and up. And then obviously there's a lot of companies, like my husband's company is having everyone do like a voluntary, like furloughing themselves a couple weeks. Like they get to pick, so they're like the luckiest of the furlough bunch. And it's very like short term for them. It's just like a week or two here and there. So I feel very fortunate in that aspect, but I'm very aware that that can change. I mean, we lived through Detroit in 2008. It was very, very bad. Literally the point, and I've talked about this in really, really old videos, but you know, Detroit in 2008 was like ground zero for the fallout. There would be, you know, houses that were foreclosed on, you know, 2 houses that weren't, and then like boom, 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 3 in a row that were. It was just a crazy time to live there. And I feel like this is going to be way worse, especially the longer and longer that this goes on. So I don't know where we go from here. I don't know. I don't know. And it's like I've said in other videos before I go off on a tangent, you know, I don't know how people like my mom that raised me as like a single mom on one income and very, very tight, like if they get furloughed or lose their jobs, like what do they do? So anyhow, hopefully it gets better for everyone. But before I go off on a dark tangent, I wanted to share some of the fun projects, and hopefully if you're doing e-learning, it's going well for you. If you have any tips or comments or just any sort of fun projects that you want to share those down in the comments below, because we truly all are in this together. I mean, everyone is going through some sort of change. Even if you are still working, if you're a parent, your kids are more than likely home and you're juggling all of this at-home learning to some extent. So it's new and different for everyone. Or if you don't have kids and you are still working, you're having to deal with the social distancing guidelines and maybe different store hours, or maybe certain stores that you buy things are no longer open. That's the one thing I will say, is I have no regrets on doing the little bit of stocking up that I did. I didn't do like any massive stock ups, but I always buy things like tissue and stuff, like toilet tissue and stuff like that in bulk. But I did buy a little bit of food ahead, like in February. And then the other thing that I did that has randomly happened to do, and I'm really glad that I did, is I went to Home Goods the last week that I worked, and I had no clue at the point that I went that it would be the last week that I would work. And I had no clue that Home Goods would be closing shortly after that. I think they closed like that next week. They closed all their stores. And that's where I get Penguin's treats. And like his little trainers, and I was like, well, while I'm here, I might as well get these trainer treats, get an extra bag just in case. And I'm so glad that I did, because now they're closed indefinitely. And so it's the little things like that, that like if we were running out of trainer treats, that'd be stressful. Obviously it'd impact him very, very little. I could give him something else, but it's just those sorts of things that it upsets your schedule or your rhythm or whatever, and then you are trying to figure out what to do. Anyhow. So I did order some of these crafting items on Amazon. We're going to be doing some more of these beaded garland and wood bead projects. So we're going to be sharing those coming up. This just came, I think, yesterday. And so I have all kinds of like these cutouts that I had gotten, and I'm planning on painting these. And so I'm planning on doing a couple giveaways on my blog. So let me know if you would like a certain type of character motif or that sort of thing for the giveaway, because I'll probably pick a couple and run a couple different giveaways. I've got Rapunzel stars and castles. I've got, you know, just regular Mickey cutouts, and then I do have a couple princess things. I think Cinderella, there's a Lilo leaf, Ariel, and Belle. And so I've got a couple of different varieties. I know I have some Cinderella somewhere. And then, you know, I'm going to try to, oh, there's a little one on the side. I'm going to try to get, after those are done, a couple of giveaways going on the blog. So I thought that'd be something fun that I could do, something just kind of fun that we could all participate in, and hopefully the post office will stay open. So anyhow, I ended up with these shelves, and I wanted to put one above this area that's behind me and one above the seating area over here, and I thought it'd be a fun way to either display purses or display, you know, little Disney items that I have or other display items. So I'll share those along, because my husband's supposed to be working on that this weekend to put those up. But I thought that that would be a fun project. He's also planning on building the girls a playhouse. So we'll see how that goes. We've been tossing back and forth. Did we just buy one that's pre-made and then he puts it together, or he was really wanting to just like get some plans put together and like build something custom. but he's worried about sourcing the materials and he doesn't want to have to go back to the store multiple times, you know, given the situation. So we're looking into getting it delivered, but one or the other is going to happen. We're going to try to do some sort of like, you know, they're calling it a shed outside. So he's planning on doing that, I think, the first week or two in May. I'm working on that, so we'll share that coming up too. But, you know, overall, we're hanging in there. It's good. I'm really enjoying doing the videos, and I hope you guys are enjoying the vlogs and the day in the lives. It's really like therapeutic for me just to be able to feel like I have that communication going out and that communication with the outside world. And I really enjoy like reading the comments and, you know, like just feeling like I have that communication going back and forth. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed those as well. If you have any sort of specific movie parties that you want to see, because I know some people have been asking for specific movie parties, you can let me know, or any other types of vlogs. Other vlogs I'm going to have coming up, in addition to like maybe like working here in the office and stuff, is that I think most of the world, I'm here and I'm organizing. So one of the things I thought I would do is work on cleaning out my closet. I have tons and tons of clothes in there that I really don't wear anymore. I even have some clothes left from like when the kids were babies, and that's been a long time ago. It's really probably time to get rid of some of that. And so I really want to go through and anything that I'm not wearing, just kind of clear out and make sure it is all things that I'm, first of all, fit, all things that fit, and then also that I'm, you know, currently wearing or would wear, and try to really kind of open up some of that space and stop saving things for like, oh, what if, you know, I lose that 10 pounds and this fits in the future type of thing. Like, you know, it ebbs and it flows. Well, it's more ebbed lately than flowed, but that's a whole different video. That's a whole different video. You know, I've talked about that before, and my body did change a lot after I had kids, but it honestly changed more after I went back to work, and a lot of that was bad habits and just sitting more and all of that. And not doing the Zumba and the yoga like I did, because obviously I used to do all those classes during the daytime, and I was doing a class almost every single day. And after I had Natalie, because I really enjoyed being able to take them to the gym childcare, I was going to classes quite regularly. I was actually getting in pretty good shape. But none of those clothes from that time period fit me whatsoever. So that's the kind of thing that I need to go through my closet, clean those out, until I get back to that point where I am able to go to the gym at least 3 to 5 times a week. None of that stuff's gonna fit. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. So, yeah. I am also still waiting. Oh, I hate to even show these, but I've probably been talking, you've already seen. My nails have been popping off like crazy. They are a crazy hot mess. In fact, this one, the paint just chipped off. It is really bad. I was hoping that the nail kits would get here, but they're still not here, which is obviously to be, you know, understood, because the shipping obviously is taking longer. I don't have a clue when it's going to be here. I have 2, 3 on that and 1 left on that. So the majority of them have come off for my nails that I got done at the salon the last time. I'm like way overdue. I'm like 2 weeks overdue when I would have gotten them done. But obviously that's very first world problems. I will just deal with it as they pop off, and hopefully the nail kit gets here. When it does, I'm going to review it for you guys, whether I like it or not, just to kind of give you an idea. Because if you're anything like me, like I have to have these. I did gel for a really long time, and then I went to the powder nails. I've been doing those for about a year, and it is the only way, like this is my actual nail with the powder over. It is the only way I can get my nails to grow, because if I don't have anything like hardening them over it, this is what ends up happening. They end up, you know, catching on something and just splitting, and they will not get any longer than you can see. Like these are all my regular nails. So I will share that with you, because if you're like me and you like having something over your nails to harden it, that's what I'm hoping to try to figure out here at home, because it sounds like we'll be at home through at least June, and you know, it could be longer, so we'll just see. But that's the other thing that happened this week is Disney, or not Disney, but the CDC canceled all sailings of cruises for like 120 days or something like that, which would effectively cancel all cruises through like August. So not that we had any cruises planned for the rest of the year, but it just, you know, I'm trying to think ahead to like what our travel schedule could be, and it's just putting a huge damper on travel and all that sort of thing. And obviously my job was supposed to have a huge component of travel coming up, which I was super excited about, but I don't know what that's going to look like. A lot of those events shifted. I pushed them all out to like August, September, but you know, traveling in the fall could even be up in the air at this point. So we will see. We'll see. I really want to go to Disney World at the end of the year. I was hoping to go in October, but obviously that's very up in the air, and I wasn't planning on having to travel for work in October, but now if I'm having to travel for work, then, you know, we will likely just have to wait till spring break the following year or something like that. So anyhow, that's all very up in the air. That is all very not even a priority. It just kind of came out because I was thinking about traveling. We're not even really actively thinking about that because first things first, we have to get to a point where we can even go out of the house for leisure before we can worry about traveling for leisure. But let me know how you're doing down in the comments below. This is 4 weeks in, so these should be interesting videos to go back and watch. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I'm just missing just little things, you know, little things. And I'm worried for what the fallout is going to be, because after living in Michigan in 2008 and seeing that bubble burst and seeing just the chain effect and how long it took business and commerce to get going there after that, I mean, it probably didn't recover for a good 3 or 4 years, like really steadily recover for 3 or 4 years after that. So I don't know what the long-term effects are going to be, but that's for a later discussion. But hope you're doing well. Let me know down in the comments how you're doing, or if you have any fun activities that you're doing at home. We'll keep sharing our activities that we're doing, and hopefully be sharing some fun projects, fun giveaways, and more fun things here on the vlog and the blog coming up shortly. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.